In life, there's three constants: death,
Taxes.
and the Minecraft inventory slots. At its first release, Minecraft had a total of 30 unique blocks. Now, we have around 820 unique blocks. That's a 2,730% increase in blocks, and this is not including items and tools yet, but we never got more inventory space. Why?
What?
We got an offhand slot. That's one. See, I'm a builder, but it didn't always start out that way. I started playing Minecraft back on version 1.4.7, and back then, inventory slot never really bothered me. Having my inventory filled after a couple hours of mining or exploring felt fine. It meant that it's time to go home. It didn't bother me, but maybe that's because we didn't have that many unique blocks back then. Or it's because I haven't gone to building yet. I was just playing the game. This is the exact recreation of my first survival house. Just a wooden box basically. But slowly, I began detailing my builds, messing around with interiors, and building bigger. Eventually, it started to annoy me when I have to keep switching out my building blocks, or going back and forth from my storage room, to either empty out my inventory from clearing out land, or to refill my building blocks. This is the main reason why I hate texturing my builds. Well, except for paths, I still do texture those. It's as if Mojang is punishing me for building bigger and better. But they gave us plenty of tools and features to make these big and detailed builds in survival. The World of Color update gave us concrete, we got more slab stairs and wall variants, we got beacons to clear out land, we got mending to repair the tools, and the most recent world height change. If your argument is just to build smaller, build size is not the problem, inventory size is, because they clearly gave us the means to make these big builds happen. It's like having a fast car in a big open road, but you have to stop every 5 minutes to refill your fuel. It's not fun. Why couldn't Mojang just double the inventory slots? Or maybe make the max stacks into 640? You know, while you're at it, just change the number values. I don't know, I'm not a programmer, but I don't think it's that hard. Now your next argument would be, are shulkers enough? Which segues nicely into my next point. Storage. Shulkers are storage, not inventory slots. Don't get me wrong, I like the shulkers, but they're not the solution to the inventory problem. Shulkers are nice portable storage blocks that can exponentially increase the chest storage capacity, but is not convenient. It takes up already packed inventory slot. You gotta place them down and pick them back up, risking losing it, and farming them is not that easy. And by the way, for all that trouble of farming the shulker shells, why do they still have the same inventory space as a normal chest? I think they should have more. Maybe a line or two. After all, they are an upgraded version of a chest. But that will make the chest obsolete.
No.
Chests will become obsolete if you can't put shulkers in them. Since you can still put shulkers in chests, you can still increase the chest capacity exponentially. Speaking of chests, let's get controversial. Chests are kinda bad. They cost 8 planks, which is more than a barrel, and you can't open them if there's a solid block above it. So the barrel is the better storage block. It even looks nicer. But why do we all use chests instead of barrels? Convenience. Although they both have the same inventory space, a double chest interface gives you 2 blocks worth of inventory space. Rather than having to check 2 barrels, I prefer to check 1 double chest. And I would bet so do you. Convenience is good. So, how do we fix this inventory problem? Well, first, why don't we buff up the chest? Make a single chest have a double chest worth of inventory space. That will lessen both the lag and the chest monsters. If you think the chest upgrades are too OP, make chests more expensive. Make it an 8 log recipe, or make it an 8 wood log recipe. You know, the woods with no cut sides? That's more expensive. This way, barrels are not useless. Speaking of barrels, why not make barrels capable of multi-block? Depending on its orientation, you could stack 2, maybe 4 barrel blocks horizontally and vertically. Not only will this be a unique barrel property, it will also be useful for redstone. But keep its inventory space as it is, so players can choose between barrels or chests. Next, like I've said before, why don't we double the player's inventory slots and increase all item stacks to 640? If you don't like increasing the max stacks to 640, Maybe make it only possible in storage blocks like the chest or barrels, even the shulkers. Another suggestion would be adding 4 more slots to the hotbar. You could bind the Z, X, C, and V buttons to them just like in MMO games. Because right now, this is my normal hotbar. You have 3 to 4 flea slots. On top of that, another suggestion is adding an enchantment for armor that can give the player more inventory space, or a tier-based backpack. Maybe 1 row of inventory space per enchantment tier, or backpack tier. Or maybe make netherite armor have backpack properties, giving players an incentive to upgrade to netherite, because personally, I see no need to upgrade to netherite tools or armor. I can't speed mine deep slate with a netherite pick. And I'm basically unkillable with protection for diamond. You know, if I'm not stupid. Exuma made a great video regarding the shulkers and how they should be able to have enchantments, and I think that's a great start. But why not just add more inventory space? More space means less lag, less chest monsters, and less running around back and forth to the storage room. Anyways, these are my demands for Mojang. I think the builders would rejoice if this update comes through, especially the ones that likes to texture their builds, like B-dubs.
Sometimes B-dub talks about things like, oh, texturing and stuff like that. It doesn't make sense until you see it actually happening.
And who wouldn't want more inventory space, you know? I'm curious of what you guys think. Do you agree? Am I asking for too much? Let me know. Peace.